welcome. Hello. Welcome to the very first episode of our Rise of the Runelords game. This is the very first AP that Pathfinder ever published, but we're not using Pathfinder's traditional rules. This is going to be run using the Pathfinder for Savage Worlds, so things will be a little bit different. I'm super excited. And so before we get started, hopefully you may be able to hear it. I don't know if it's actually going to show up or not, but I'm going to try and have Sirenscape going just because I have the sound sets for it. But I don't know how it's going to work with Zoom, so we'll see.
You can always grab the do what we used to do for random misroll and grab the speaker from the other room and pipe it through the phone kind of stuff if needed.
Yeah, it doesn't come out as well.
It's just an option if it doesn't work out.
Yeah. Real quick before we get started into the actual game, does everybody want to introduce their characters and what they may or may not be doing in town this fine morning? So for a bit of context, today is the 23rd of Rova. So it's sort of it is the autumnal equinox. And today is the start of the Swallowtail Festival. It's a holiday held in honor of Desna, the goddess of dreams, luck, and travelers. You find yourselves through a variety of paths in the small little coastal town of Sandpoint. So, does anybody want to start introducing themselves, or shall I start picking on people?
So when you say festival, does that mean like festival? Like there's stuff going on in the streets?
Yeah, so right now it's probably pretty early in the morning. It's just now kicking off. The town leadership is about to make the opening announcements, but there are people setting up games, there's free food set out, there's wagons of all different colors sorted out, there are shops all over the place. It's bustling. This town is there are probably about 3 or 4 times as many people in town right now as there usually are. There are people from all of the surrounding towns and the surrounding farmlands that came to visit for this holiday.
Okay. Yeah, she's really helping someone set up like one of those games.
Okay.
Not really sure which one. She's just hanging out, trying to help where she can.
So a couple of different games that might be interesting. One that might make sense for her is called Devil Hunt. It's a arrow shooting contest. It's being set up by the owner of the horse stables. And the targets look like this weird, darkened, fiery horse that is this mythological monster called the Sandpoint Devil that looks kind of like a horse, but with a fiery mane and hooves.
Oh yeah, she'd probably be over there. That sounds like it'd be right up her alley.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what he needs help with, but setting it up and making sure it's all testing the bows and.
So who is Banyen? What do they look like? What do they do?
Banyen is hard to describe what she does. She kind of wanders around a lot looking for interesting things and hunts and fishes and survives. Most notably, she is a cat person. So ears, tail. In particular, she has a very long tail and it's got spots all up and down it, and on her body and face you have the same spots, much like a leopard, a clouded leopard. She also, I suppose, most notably for anyone in this setting, is carrying a very long rifle, uh, which is basically as close to her body as she can get it without it fusing with her body.
Yeah, that is definitely something that people take note of. Nobody like really comments on it, but people are you get a couple of interested looks occasionally, especially from folks that haven't been in town recently.
Yeah, she's very, just by looking at her, she's very cheery and friendly with the you said it was a stable master?
Yes.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second and I can get his name. If my mouse will cooperate. His name is Davarin Hosk, and he is the owner of the Goblin Squash Stables.
All right. Yeah, she's probably just making small talk and helping where she can, but trying to stay out of his way.
So who wants to introduce themselves next?
Okay, I guess I'll go. So I'm playing Aarrol Lei, a elven swashbuckling bard. See, has like long brown hair, solid. Oh, what's a good color? Blue eyes, because the elves in Golarion have solid eyes color. He's in town because he kind of lives there and just does a lot of entertaining and around, like a performer, though he really much would like to have a greater adventure instead of just being around town and hearing and listening to them all. He wants to live one day, something, epic so that I can write stories about it and exaggerate my deeds while downplaying the rest of the group I'd adventure with.
Of
Fabulous.
course.
Yeah.
What's he doing this morning?
He is going to be entertaining some people, probably just out on the street so that he can, get a little extra coin or something like that. You want me to roll the first roll?
Yeah, go for it.
Roll
So remember you add your d6 wild die and do whatever your
Yep.
performance roll is.
Nobody saw that in roll 20. I'm going to be rolling something completely else.
I'm gonna take it you rolled like me.
Oh, I don't know. The two people who can bring up roll 20 can see how good that roll was. Let's just say that I'm not doing too well. I might be kicked out of town shortly with the double ones.
Nice.
Is he the type that he might still be a little hungover from last night?
I'll blame that, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely hungover and not.
Yeah, he gets like a couple of pity copper, but it's not much. It's like 3 copper, but also a lot of people are still moving about and getting set up this morning. Most people aren't really paying attention.
All right, I bet just getting my fingers going. Get my fingers going.
Mm-hmm. So Reese or Callie, do you want to go next?
Ladies first.
Yeah, I'm playing Snax, the half elf, with her pet raccoon named Percy. Do I describe her? She's kind of tall and even taller with her heeled boots, kind of dressed in very like movable like brown clothing. She is probably just walking down the street with Percy on her shoulder, or like going like this next to her, like walking beside her. She's looking for a job to do.
Okay. So I will say you actually had mentioned that you were probably familiar with Amiko, right?
Yes. That's the tavern owner, right?
Yes. So Amiko is currently setting out. She has a handful of things for this morning. For breakfast they don't have a ton, but she is currently getting set up for lunch, rolling out the big barrels of what's called winter dewdrop mead, which is her specialty, and getting everything chopped up for her very famous curry that's going to be she says is going to be the star of lunch. So I'll say that you could be helping with that.
I will be helping with that, and I tell Percy that he has to wash his hands before he helps.
He goes over to a puddle and like goes to wash, and Amiko just looks at him and's like, that's disgusting, and points to a bucket. And he goes over and washes in the bucket, and then immediately scampers over to where you're chopping vegetables and steals something and goes over back to the bucket to wash it.
I'm glad it's not cotton candy.
Sadly, I don't think they have cotton candy machines yet in this world.
Could be.
I don't think their technology is quite there yet. And last but not least, Reese, what's your character up to?
Zaro would be hanging out with Quink and Chask, doing whatever they are doing. So if they're just hanging out, he's hanging out. If they're setting something up, then he'll be helping them.
Yeah, so Quink and Chask are probably set up outside the bookstore. They've pulled out these very heavy armchairs in front of the barn that's now been converted into a bookstore, and have this table that's just piled high with books that are for sale, and are currently arguing over something or another. You're probably ignoring them because they've been at it since basically they met up this morning.
Just like every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Zaro Alrugast Rinoran is a older, much older human gentleman. He's gray hair, white short beard, lots of rings on, just and yeah, very plain clothed. He's just hanging out.
All right. Easily enough from where all of you guys are, you can see that the town square is starting to fill up as the town's leadership is about to make the opening announcements. All around you are like locals gossiping, travelers that are just now arriving that are searching for inns, merchants that are setting up carts and tables full of food and jewelry and trinkets and clothes. And any of you who are close enough to the town square, which I want to say should be everyone because it's right near, I believe, fairly close to where all of you are, can see that the first person to take the stage is Mayor Kendra Deverin, a well-dressed woman nearing probably 40, with dimples and short brown hair and a pixie cut. Good morning, everyone. I'm so glad to see so many familiar faces and so many new ones as well. And look at that, even Lars Rovanki, our renowned tanner, has managed to tear himself away from work to join us today. The crowd laughs, but Lars, a middle-aged, like balding man in a stained apron, does not seem amused. And she says, and if Sheriff Hemlock would like to come up here, he had a few words to say before we get started. The sheriff is a balding or a bald man, dark skin in a chain shirt, who sort of comes up and says, I just wanted to remind everyone to be safe around this evening's bonfire. You can never be too careful. Related to that, I wanted to take a moment of silence to remember those who lost their lives in the fire that claimed the previous church several years ago. And the mood of the crowd like immediately shifts. He waits head bowed for like an uncomfortably quiet moment where the only sounds are the calls of seagulls and the waves in the harbor and like people shuffling their feet and kids being quietly hushed. After a second or two, he finally clears his throat. And our next speaker is Lonjiku Konjitsu, owner of the Glassworks. And as he's saying that, he sees Mayor Devon sort of shaking her head doing this. And she leans over and whispers something to him. This is apparently Mr. Kajitsu has taken ill suddenly. In the crowd, someone mutters kind of loud, like, fart hates fun anyway, no great loss. So I'd like to invite up Sirdak Drokus, owner of the Sandpoint Theater. Sirdak has this just absolutely gorgeous flowing mane of golden curls, bright blue eyes, this purple cloak artfully thrown over one shoulder. And he quickly brings the mood back up, telling the story of how he and the mayor had to basically chase down officials in Magnamar to get the assistance to get the money to rebuild this chapel. How they vetted the builders to make sure it was as perfect as possible, and that they've been blessed with this kind and fantastic priest of Desna, and who's actually a native of Sandpoint himself, Father Xantis. And as he's being ushered off the stage by the mayor, he does slip past her and add, and don't forget to stop by the theater tomorrow evening. We're hosting the Harpies Cursed, and the lead will be played by the famous Magnamarian diva Alishanda. Father Xantis is a older man, probably in like his 50s, a graying mustache and beard and receding hairline, but friendly eyes and big smile. He quickly thanks everyone, reminds them that the temple week will be consecrated at sunset tonight, before declaring the festival underway and releasing everyone to enjoy the festivities. So, what do you guys want to do? You have some time to explore, play some festival games if you'd like, do some shopping if you have any money left over, talk to some folks.
What kind of games are there?
Well, there's the one that I mentioned, the archery game, where you have to shoot the Sandpoint Devil. There's one called Goblin Fishing that's run by Gorvy's boys, who are the basically trash collectors of town, where basically you're giving a very long fishing line and instructed to hook junk out of the bins on the beach off of the cliff face, where you might get trash or you might get treasure. There's a pie eating contest, balance beam contest, tug of war.
I think I will do the archery real quick. Show off. All
right.
Great archer. Yeah. It's like walk up there, be like, look what I remember. It's been a while since I've used my skills, so if I don't get a bullseye, you understand, like I might be off to the side slightly.
Does anybody else want to play this one, or just let him have this?
I'll play.
All right.
I think Zaro would start making like the rounds, like just like, I'm tired of listening to you two women bicker, and just, like grab his like staff and just kind of like real hunched over, and then and just kind of make his rounds, and he'll make his way over there just to watch.
The old
Okay.
bones don't move like they used to.
Okay. Yeah, so go ahead and I will have both of you go ahead and roll shooting. Remember to add your D6.
All right. Shooting.
Oh, do you want
Respectable.
us? Do you want us to roll on roll 20, or can we use physical dice?
Whichever is easier for you.
Okay. Well, let's see. That was a 2. We got a 7.
5.
So I will say that both of you do hit the fearsome Sandpoint devil. Unfortunately, Aarrol Lei, you do miss the target slightly. The target is sort of painted on the center of this thing's forehead. You sort of get it in like the neck area. And for your prize, you do get a very interesting, a very nice looking pie that looks like a lot of the games vendors have been given from the bakery to give out.
Pie.
It's like a little single serving apple pie. Banyen, for winning though, you get 3 owlbear feather arrows.
Well, can't say I'm too surprised there.
Pie.
Is the pie good?
It's pretty good. Very pieful. Remember, beer goes before the pie.
Davrian thanks you guys for playing and immediately starts like extracting the arrows to reset everything. Just strikes up conversation. So I heard you playing earlier, right? Are you you? I mean, you play
Ah,
an instrument,
thought you
right?
meant playing the game.
No.
Yes, I play the many wonderful instruments.
What instrument does he play? I don't recall.
I currently have a little lyre,
Okay.
but to tell the truth, I'm better at other instruments also.
Dang. You got us.
Would you like to hear some?
Sure.
Play a little lie for you. I'm a
Try
lyrist.
again.
Yeah. Let's see. That's better. 5. So
Okay. Yeah, you get quite a few people that are interested in listening.
the sky is orange.
Is it?
Liar.
Oh, of course.
One kid comes running up.
Ah!
It's a young boy or a young girl and an older boy, maybe about 10 or so. And she throws in 2 copper coins. It's not much. But she sort of looks at you. It sounds very nice. Thank you. And the
You're
boy
welcome
sort
for
of
listening to me.
pulls her away. Sorry, my sister just kind of wanders off, and you see him head back over to this like wagon setup where they're selling all different sorts of vegetables and things. It looks like selling lots of different varieties of corn and squash and that sort of thing.
Bad experience with squash.
Looks like a rather large family, like 3 boys and a little girl and the parents.
I'll go and buy a couple carrots.
Okay.
Or corn, you said. But yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Whichever one of those is. I don't know what the difference between vegetables are. My character just eats them.
There's a small like hand painted sign above the cart that says the Hambley's Farm.
Got a feeling this might pop up again.
Hmm.
Getting to know him so that you can massacre him later for us.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Take a couple ears so that they can listen to my music later.
I will say a couple of ears of corn will be like 3 copper.
Hey, good exchange. He's got 3 ears of corn for free.
Anybody else want to play any games or chat with anybody else?
Do I see anybody I recognize? Like the what's her name? The librarian.
So there was the map maker, Vesnut Peru, who you had mentioned. There was Broderick Quink, the sage.
And then Madame Vashti.
Yes, Madame Vashti. Madame Vashti is a bit older. She doesn't tend to stray very far. She's very slowly, perhaps, making her way through a couple of the like market stalls. But Vesna Peru is actually set up outside their shop the way north. He's got his little rocking chair in front of a table piled high with maps and different things.
I'll hang out with Vaishnav.
I will put his name in chat. It's a weird one.
I'm going to say it wrong.
That's fine.
Vaishnav. That's it. Vaishnav.
He is a gnome of, it's kind of indeterminable age, with bright purple hair, wearing a bright purple jacket, but mostly like travel clothes other than that. Banyen, welcome. Good morning. How's it going? Are you enjoying the festival this morning?
And it just got started, but I already won some Oliver feathers, so I'll take it.
That's nice.
Yeah, how are you this morning?
Good. Haven't sold too many things, but it's still rather early.
It's just getting started. Still seeing people coming in from outside town.
Yeah, it's hopping. There are people. I've seen people from Magnamar, from the different hinterlands, from all over.
Yeah. Do you got any new maps?
So, well, you know that I always do. I do
I
have.
know you always do.
I do have one of like the general area. I do actually. I have one. So I was doing a little bit of well, I guess it wouldn't be spring, I guess it would be autumn cleaning before this. And I did find one that's a little tattered and rough. I haven't been able to verify it myself. It leads out to the Nettlewood, but it supposedly marks a spot of buried treasure, but it's dangerous out there, full of goblins and bugbears and God knows what else. But for you, Banyen, if you want it, it's yours.
I was going to say, you know me, Vesna, I'm all about danger and goblins.
There you go. So I will say you have a map of the Nettlewood.
Okay, we'll write that down.
And then if you'd like, you can purchase a regular map of the area as well.
Yeah, might as well. Hold on, do I have any money? Hold on.
That one might be a question.
Where the fuck is my money? I'm gonna guess I don't have any.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I spent it all on a gun.
Yeah,
also makes
that's
sense.
valid. Yeah.
All right, well, if I can find some money, I'll come back and buy just a normal map from you.
So sort of wandering through some of the merchant areas that have set up, they have different tables and carts and things for jewelry, clothing, different trinkets of like glasswork figurines, some alchemical items. There's one just sprawling table that's piled high with baked goods. One wagon that you know to be from the general store. You can see the owner of the general store that's currently arguing with his eldest daughter. So what's Snax doing?
I'm helping with the stuff. I'm looking around. I'm trying to figure out if I want to do an accent for this character. I guess whatever comes out comes out.
Things you can say while role playing and after a night of drinking.
I'm afraid to speak. I should have thought of this before. I'll just speak normally for now. I say to what was the tavern owner's name?
Amico.
Amico. Hi. Do you have this? Cause
Oh no, yeah, no, we got it. I just figured you were looking for something to do this morning while they were off talking. You're fine. I've got staff.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Besides, if you stay any longer, your raccoon might eat most of the stew before it gets into the pot.
Percy.
He just freezes with his paws on the table, reaching for something else.
Percy. One more carrot. Come on, let's go.
He like scampers off to climb up like a rain spout and then jump onto your shoulder.
I give him a little scratch, and I start walking down the lane, just looking at different things, observing the people.
Okay. So there are plenty of people out. There are wheelbarrow races going on right now. There's a group of kids that are currently playing hide and seek in one of the alleys. Far up the way towards the entrance of town, near the gate, is a massive tug of war game that's getting started.
I look at Percy, I say, I don't think you would be very good at that, would you? Well.
You do know that there is one later that was possibly pretty interesting that a lot of people are looking forward to around lunchtime, called the Dragon Race, wherein lizards will be racing against each other, but they have little paper wings tied to them. And everyone bets to see who can make it to the finish line first.
I can't wait. I can't wait for whatever inciting incident to happen so I don't get to experience that.
No. I'm gonna.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna find the people that are placing bets on that, and I'm gonna bet everything on.
Bet it all on red. Put it all on red.
I'm gonna bet everything on the one with the weirdest name.
Okay.
Which is like not all of my money. Because I like money. But I also like betting. So I'm going to I'm gonna bet like 10 gold. Can I do that?
Yeah. So I'll say that unless anybody else is interested, we can go ahead and skip towards noon. Where
I'm interested, but I also have no money.
That's fair. You can still watch.
I'm definitely gonna watch.
So a little bit before noon, Father Xantus and his acolytes wheel out this large covered wagon into the square and recount the short parable of how Desna fell to earth and was nursed back to health by a blind child. And as reward, transform this child into an immortal butterfly. Then the acolytes pull off this wagon's cover and release just 1,000 butterflies. This furious swarm of them that spirals up in this riot of color.
Bentley, no.
I swore it was Moth last year's. It must be changing the story again.
And while a lot of the kids go chasing off, trying to catch butterflies, all of the adults start to gather in front of the main thoroughfare, actually rather close to the Rusty Dragon, where the dragon race will be taking place. So we'll say there is. Does anybody want to help me come up with names for these guys? For the dragon lizards.
Looking around my room.
Pickle.
All right, that's the green one. Pickle the green dragon.
Oh, misery.
That's the white one.
I cleaned up. I don't have it anymore. Apple bottom jeans.
Apple bottom jeans, the red.
Gregory.
Gregory the blue. Got it.
Do you need more? You good?
That's good.
Okay, I can come up with some more if you need more.
Oh, damn it. One of them should have been Kevin. Can I change my answer?
I'm missing a color, aren't I? Red, white, blue, green, black. Kevin the Black Dragon. So, if anybody would like to place their bets, they can go ahead. And I will say, if you would like, you can attempt to use various skills to try and influence and encourage your chosen dragon to run faster towards the finish line. You can use, there's a spell called Beast Friend or Empathy. Alternatively, I'll be generous and I'll allow riding or persuasion checks, because there isn't really an animal handling skill.
I'll use perform to give him a boost of self-confidence. As I bet 2 copper.
Okay.
Big
Who are you
spender.
betting on?
Kevin.
Makes sense. Who's Snax betting on?
Apple bottom jeans.
Not Pickle?
Can I put 5 on apple bottom jeans and 5 on pickle?
Sure.
Is that okay?
Is Zaro participating?
Sure, I could use a little entertainment. Let's just put a gold down on old misery.
All right. So, to make this more interesting, I'm going to say, I'm going to have all of you go ahead and roll a d6 to see who is fastest. So, Snax, because you bet it on 2 different ones, give me 2 different rolls and just tell me one in each in order.
All right, this one's for apple bottom jeans.
And if you want alt, you can roll for Gregory the Blue since they don't have anybody rolling for them yet.
Apple bottom jeans got 4.
All right.
Pickle got 1 pickle.
All right. Was that a 1 for Old Misery?
Here's a 1 for old misery.
A 7 for Gregory the Blue.
A 7 on a d6.
It blew up.
Oh,
Oh,
that is another thing that I had not addressed. Hasn't come up yet, but reminder to everyone, because I think all of you have played this now at least once. Every dice in this game explodes. So if you roll your maximum number, you get to roll it again and keep rolling as long as you keep getting the maximum number and just add them together. And that includes damage dice.
nice. Totally forgot.
So, unfortunately, none of you win because Gregory the Blue just absolutely smokes the shit out of Pickle and Old Misery, who both immediately like take off running and then get caught up. Their little wings get like tangled up together and they just start like biting and nipping at each other and tangled up and fighting. Apple Bottom Jeans and Kevin the Black Dragon make a valiant effort, do make it to the finish line, but are not quite as fast as Gregory the Blue, sadly.
Yeah, go Gregory the Blue.
I always pick on that. You can never get the winner of these.
I come here for the dragon fights. So I
Oh,
win.
dragon fights?
Yeah, that one right there.
Oh,
I've heard stories of dragon fights and epic tales of the past.
Eventually, Amico steps in, like steps over the little racetrack and just picks up each lizard. Stop. And just holds them apart. And they're like nipping at each other with their little teethless mouths. They start, the proprietors of this race start handing out the goods. And she says, well, to those who unfortunately did not win, there is at least free food over here in front of the Rusty Dragon, as well as up the way in front of the White Deer is all over the place.
Oh dear.
You guys easily can tell that the most popular dish this afternoon is the curry spice salmon and winter drop mead made by Amico. But other popular meals include the hagfish lobster chowder and the white deer's peppercorn venison.
ooh.
I'll take a little of everything.
Yeah.
You know what they say? You gotta eat daily to survive.
That is correct. Yeah.
More words of wisdom. Right, old guy?
Mm-hmm.
Most food doesn't agree with me.
Try the curry. It will really regulate you.
Bye.
That is not
Sure.
my problem.
I've had that problem before. Like when you go travel between here and Magnamore, I like stock up on all the cheese and stuff so they don't have to stop in the middle of the woods. You know, don't want to like take a squat and next thing you know, goblin attack. That's embarrassing. You ever try to fight goblins with your pants around your ankles?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
everybody's had to do it at least once.
Yeah. So yeah, what other games they got around here?
So there is a strength contest where you have to basically hit a basically the bell ringing contest. After lunch there is a pie eating contest. Let's see, other ones, there was sack races, balance beam, tug of war.
I'll do the balance beam.
All right. Go ahead and give me athletics or agility.
Yes, agility. Fuck my rolls. 2.
Okay.
Roll
You
kind of a
try it,
D10
and
and I get a fucking 2.
as you're sort of
Oh, the curry.
as you're sort of going along, it does get narrower. And it looks like it's one of those ones that are designed to get sort of wobbly in the middle, and you unfortunately do not make it all the way across.
The agility of an elf. I tell you, the curry sits hard sometimes. And yeah, that's what I'm
does.
blaming. Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
blaming that. Yeah. I'm gonna do it again.
Okay, go for it.
I feel like I let my people down. Better 5.
Okay. So with that one, you do make your way all the way across. The person that is running this one looks like one of the I'll say this is actually one of the town guards that's off duty today. And their prize is a sorry, give me a second. I'm reading my own notes here. A ceramic whistle that is carved to look like a white dragon.
Ceramic whistle that's carved to look like a what?
White dragon.
Oh.
It's quite loud. Very good for attracting attention should you ever need to call for help or anything. And as the afternoon continues, is there anything else you guys would like to do? Any shopping you'd like to do? Anybody you want to chat with?
Come on, everyone, you can participate.
I think Zaro it's just brief, just like check up on everybody because it's the only time everyone's like he knows where they are.
Mhm.
So it's just simple, just like small catch ups on with as many people as he knows anyway.
Yeah,
just
there
makes it back to the Curious Goblin?
Mhm.
Yeah, and just kind of makes his way back there.
Yeah, it's sitting outside. Quink and Chask, the two old elderly men, are back to arguing this time over what sounds like is probably the very familiar argument over the lighthouse that they've argued over 1,000 times before, where Chask is like, so you're telling me that that thing used to be 1,000 feet tall? 1,000. Why build it so tall? So that it could reach all the way across the sea. And remind me, it needed to reach all the way across the sea so that it could spout fire, right? No. radiant energy. It was a magical beam. Right. Anyway, Zaro, how's your afternoon been?
Oh, it's been all right. You know, it's good to stretch the legs every once in a while, see some friendly faces.
Of course, yes. We've done pretty well for ourselves. A couple of the books have gone. You can see that it looks like some people have picked through. Some stuff has gone missing, but mostly a lot of the same books are still left behind.
Yeah, not bad. So that's good. Also, what is radiant beams if not just light? And what is fire if not just heat and light?
Right? That's what I would say. And he's like, no, you don't understand. It was a concentrated beam of light. It wasn't just like a gout of fire, because gout of fire wouldn't go very far. It was a war machine almost. And why would they need this? And Quink is like, I don't know why they needed it, but I'm certain that's what it is. All my research points exactly to that. It makes perfect sense based on what I've seen. Right. And your evidence being, and Quink is like, well, I don't have it anymore. Unfortunately, it was in a ruin that collapsed, and I haven't been able to get back there in decades, but I have seen depictions of it, and it looked exactly like the lighthouse. All right, fine. I mean, I say this every time and no one believes me, but I know what I'm talking about. When it comes to this stuff, I know.
Fair enough. I trust you. Well, besides the fascinating conversations I assume you have almost every single day, do you enjoy the little festival?
Oh, yes. We've been around some. Quink is like, I got a new journal I'm very proud of. It's absolutely lovely and shows it off. It's handmade, leather bound, has like the depiction, this stylized depiction of a heron on the cover. Chask is like, I went over and participated in the goblin fishing and won myself this very curious thing. I feel like I've seen the symbol before, though I can't recall where. And shows you this signet ring featuring that has a flower surrounded by thorns on it. I don't. It doesn't really fit me, so
may I just like
go for it. If you wear rings more than I, you can keep it if you want. I wouldn't fit on my gnarly old fingers anyway.
Could I try to figure out where this might have been from?
Sure, go ahead and give me a local history check.
It'd just be like common knowledge.
Yep, that one. I will say that it is at a +2.
Okay. That would be a 6 then.
There you go. So you actually recognize it as the family sigil of a family that used to live not far from here, but has kind of fallen out of favor and onto rough times. The Foxglove family.
Foxglove?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. I recognize this. I'm surprised you'd forgotten the foxgloves.
Oh yes. Oh, it's been so many years since I've heard anything about them. Last I heard there was some unpleasantness a couple of decades ago with their I think there was a fire at their manor.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
It sounds about right. Yes. Tragic. Tragic. Interesting find. That's
Yeah, it's odd that it showed up in the trash so recently. You would think that something like this would be kind of washed out to sea already, but
you would think. 'Tis curious.
and I'll say at this point it's starting to near evening. The sun is starting to set. You guys know that they'll be consecrating the temple very soon. So people are starting to like gather up back near the town square. Would you follow the crowd or stay where you are? Not very interested in the actual pageantry of the consecration of the temple.
I'll stick with the crowd.
You've seen one consecration of a temple. You've seen them all.
So as it nears evening, those of you who are nearby the town square see Father Xantus take the central podium again, and all hear this just sharp thunder crack that cuts through the excited crowd as the sun's setting rays paint the western sky. Those of you probably recognize it as the crack of a thunderstone, an alchemical item that basically makes a very loud cracking sound. Nearby, this stray dog that had fallen asleep under a wagon is startled asleep and takes off running, and the buzz of a bunch of conversation quietly hushes down where everyone turns to Father Xantus. And as he clears his throat to speak, a woman's scream slices through the air, and a second later, another scream rises, and then another. And beyond them, a surge of strange voices rises, high-pitched, tittering shrieks that sound not quite human. The crowd parts and something low to the ground races by, giggling and shrieking in glee as the stray dog yelps in pain and runs barking into the crowd.
Hell, I go and figure out what's going on.
If you would like, you can all roll notice checks.
Hopefully it's not ice. Notice, not ice. Notice. Jeez. I see the universe. Got a 16.
What the fuck?
It's 2 explosions.
I think me too. 6, 12 plus 4. Yeah, 16 as well.
Holy shit.
I got a 3.
Got a 2.
I'm an old man. Let me put on my adventuring glasses.
Listen, his eyes are bad, not his hearing. And it's only out to like 10 yards. Like,
so let's say Banyen is just a little overwhelmed with Banyen and Snax are overwhelmed with the chaos of the crowd, but Zaro, who had been sort of standing a bit distance back, a little bit further uphill, and Aarrol, who had I'll say had been like sitting on top of a barrel and had a little bit of a leverage, are very clearly able to see what look like goblins, or one goblin now hiding behind the edge of a wagon, licking a drop of blood off of its weapon as it scans the crowd. And then you spot another further into the crowd. And as you guys notice this, a chant begins from this goblin that you see, as well as others in the crowd. Goblins chew and goblins bite, goblins cut and goblins fight.
I hate
Stab
this
the
song.
dog and cut the horse, goblins eat and take by force.
So familiar.
They have the dumbest song. I love it.
So do we draw?
Yeah, so would it be easiest to use Roll20 for this, Kevin?
It's up to you. I got a deck of cards, several of us too, but if you want, we can do the Roll20 one. You can deal it out. You gotta be in
Yeah.
Roll20 first though, Katrina.
I'm getting there.
Okay, yeah, there should be a thing they say click and draw with the action cards right there.
Yes, give me 1 second. Let me.
It's not out the Pathfinder ones here. They're big and Pathfindery.
I'm making sure that I'm not sending my video to Roll20 because that's annoying. All right,
Yeah.
so I just click to
You can-
drag and
Drag and draw, but make sure we know who's who.
okay. So first up is Kevin,
Mm.
then the goblins. Ooh,
I don't see a card.
tits.
It's there to the side.
I
by the
don't.
old light.
Oh wait, hold on. Come on.
Check up by the old light.
I see it now. I was on the wrong page.
Oh, okay.
So first
Uh,
was me.
Yep.
Okay.
Then Callie. Alt and Reese.
Oh,
It might behoove us to go through and like put your names on the overlay on Roll20 to make this easier. So, oh, can all of you move them?
yeah.
Oh, okay. So of course, right before initiative, my phone is ringing. So give me 1 second. You guys all remember what cards you had?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the recording. Yeah. All right.
32 years we were waiting.
I believe first up would be the aces, right?
I have ace.
Yeah.
The ace of diamonds.
I thought the ace was the goblin was the enemies.
I mean, I have one. This one up here is mine.
Oh shit, there are two aces. Okay.
So it's reverse alphabetical, but wait. Yeah.
So spades goes first, so it is the goblins first.
Yeah.
So one of the goblins immediately I'll say that you guys see what is it right now? Right now you see three. One of them climbs up onto a table and starts immediately shoveling food into his face. Another one grabs his dog slicer and goes chasing after the dog that he nicked that took off running. And the third is going to go barreling into the crowd, screeching and attempting to hack at people's ankles. So let's see how well they do.
Really.
So the The one going after the dog tries and hacks at him, and the dog manages to sort of just duck underneath, dives underneath like the foundation of one of these houses, and is now hiding underneath there and snarling at the thing, and the goblin is snarling back angrily. And the other one just absolutely hacks the living shit out of somebody's ankle, and you see one of the people in town just go down in a pile, grabbing their leg and bleeding. Zara, what would you like to do?
The goblin going after the person. I'm going to bolt. So he grabs his quarterstaff or whatever, and kind of like waves it and does a slight little chant, and then as a energy builds up at the end, as it just fires at the goblin anyway.
What kind of energy is it? Is it like fire, ice?
For this
like
one,
force?
For this one, it'll be just force, because if it's fire, then he might accidentally catch something.
Okay.
Where did I have my? Oh, there it is. Points left. So this would be 1 point. So I got at least 9 left, because I'm spending it anyway. And I forget, it's spell casting?
Yep.
Okay.
D6 and your spellcasting skill.
D10.
And I believe because of your arcane focus, you have a +1.
+1. Yep, to totals. That sucks. Can I do anything with the bennies?
Depends. What did you get? 2 1s?
No, I got
Okay,
one
then yes.
1 and 1 2.
So you can spend a Benny to reroll all of your dice.
All right, I will spend 1 Benny to reroll.
Yeah, that is one thing, that if you roll 2 1s, you cannot spend a Benny to do that. It just sucks.
All right. With that, it makes it a 9.
There you go. Yeah, that definitely hits.
All right, that is 2d6.
And go ahead and roll your damage.
Would be 5, because that is on spell casting totals. Okay, so that only carries over to the actual spell casting. Okay, so 5.
Okay. That goblin falls down and does not get back up again.
I yell out to the guy on the ground, just like, crawl to safety as quickly as you can. And I make my way that way.
Okay. He's like shrieking and holding his leg and starts like trying to drag himself away. You see somebody next to him start to attempt to help. Like kicks the goblin away as best as possible. Aarrol, you are up next. What would you like to do? No, I lied. Who had the queen? Callie, Snax is up next. What would she like to do? I will say at this point, even though you failed your roll, you can clearly see that these are goblins. So there is one that is on top of the table, stuffing his face full of Amiko's curried salmon, and another that is attempting to crawl under the foundations of a house to chase a dog.
Hey. No, not the dog.
Kill the dog.
That's what he's trying to do. What do you want to do?
Can am I allowed to like throw a dagger?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe throwing is athletics based.
Mm-hmm.
So roll your d6, and if you have anything in athletics, roll that dice.
Okay. 4.
Okay, that does hit. Yeah.
So I roll damage.
Yep.
Okay. Strength. So D4 plus D4. So 2 D4s. 4.
Okay, yeah. You throw your dagger, and this goblin that's like shrieking and trying to crawl underneath of it, it buries into its back and it stops moving. And you're like, yes. And then a second later, it starts moving again. And then you see the dog come scurrying out of the house, just shaking the living shit out of this goblin, just grabbed it by the neck and is just shaking it to all hell. It seems you killed it and the dog is getting revenge.
All right.
Kevin, what would Aarrol like to do?
How many goblins are left?
There is one that is atop the table, stuffing his face full of food.
Okay, I only do one attack then. I run up to it and hit him with my star knife.
All right, go
Okay.
for it.
Fuck. I'll spend
You
a
could
penny.
spend a penny. There you go.
I am roll 20. Why you let me down? Why you let me down? I advocate for you so much.
Why do you have a
liar.
-2?
Oh, did that shoot? That's supposed to be negated. Hold on. Oh,
It wouldn't have
It still
mattered
hit,
on the
but-
first roll, but
I was originally planning on doing 2 attacks, but
okay.
because there wasn't.
But that
enough-
does hit, so go ahead and roll your damage. You good with that, or do you want to reroll damage?
I reroll.
Does it add to it, or just
1
think
plus
it's
2. I
because-
rolled a 1 and a 2 twice. I'm going to start using my own dice soon.
Roll 20 is not being kind to him, folks at home.
Yeah.
So you slice at him and he shrieks in pain and chucks a bowl full of curried salmon at your face, and then immediately regrets it and like tries to grab it back, but of course it's now just all down the front of your shirt. Did I draw too many cards? I might have.
Yeah, there's 1 extra card. I think maybe
Okay.
Reese drew his own also.
Okay. Either way, last one up. Banyen, what would you like to do? There is a singular goblin left that you can see that is on the table. It is a little I will say it took damage, so it needs to roll to not be shaken, right, Kevin?
Yeah, it needs to roll a vigor roll. Vigor.
A gun with 1 bullet.
It has to meet or beat its toughness to not be shaken, correct?
No, I think it's just a 4.
Okay. So it is not shaken. It has taken a little bit of damage, but not much.
It's about to be shaking. It's about to be shaking. I got a 9 to shoot it.
Yeah, that hits. Yes.
Hooray for blowing up.
Roll your damage.
I'm so good at shooting things. Fuck. 4 damage. I got 4 for dabblage.
Oh, what was your 2 hit with them?
Oh, you got a 9, so that's a
I did.
raise.
Oh,
So that's extra D6 added to the damage.
I love extra D6s of added damage. Okay, so that's 9 dabblage then.
Damn. Okay, yeah. No, it is dead. There is a thunder crack of your gun going off, and this goblin is just blown off the table. And lands amid a pile of more food stuff, people screaming and scattering. But at the moment, you do not see any more goblins in the immediate vicinity.
Are they all dead? It's going to take me about a minute to reload this.
It's a little faster than that, but I think it is.
Well, I
Yeah.
have the feet too for the thingy.
Yeah, so at this point you can see that there are people are taking off running, screaming. The one person that had been slashed at the ankles, Father Xantus has run over and has looks like started casting a spell to try and heal their leg. You can see goblins racing all over town, singing and slashing indiscriminately at people.
Oh, so the more goblins, do we want to hunt them down?
Well, we need to protect the
Yeah.
everyone here for the festival. So
Yeah, I'm always down for killing goblins.
As you say that, you hear the whoosh of fire, and a nearby wagon has just gone up in flames. And you see a group of goblins around what looks like the cart of fuel for the bonfire that are holding lit torches and screeching and dancing excitedly.
Let's take them out. I was going to do that later. They stole my fun.
You're going to light
Nice.
the. All right.
Yeah, we were going to make a big goat and light it on fire.
Oh, you think me? Okay, sure.
It's, do we redraw initiative?
Yes.
Okay, so you can just recall by recall.
Draw.
All right, Katrina, you want to draw for us?
Okay.
Yeah.
Recall all.
Yep.
Oh, okay. And then do I shuffle or do I just deal it?
Just deal.
There are 5 of us.
Mm-hmm. So first person is
Deal to
who?
all players.
Mm-hmm. See if we can figure it out.
Look at that. And I think you can click on your card and reveal what it is too.
You dealt 5 cards to each of us.
Well, tits.
I'm going to draw 5 cards. I
Recall.
want this one.
Hang on.
Damn it.
Deal. 1 card to all players. Deal. There we go.
All right, that worked that time.
All
Oh,
right.
that's so much easier. Okay.
All right.
God damn it. They got the ace again.
I got a 10.
I got a 10 also.
I got to 6.
I got 10 of diamond.
Oh, did somebody draw a joker?
No, that was from the 5 cards. I just
Oh,
pulled it
okay.
out. I was like, hell yeah. Oh.
Looks like there's a queen here. Who got the queen?
I did.
Okay. I think queen goes first unless there's an ace.
There is an ace. The goblins got that. So,
Screw the goblins.
the first goblin, you see this one is holding some kind of like misshapen bent horn, is going to play out this just awful tuneless sound, and attempt to cast a spell on Banyen, considering
Oh, what?
you were the loudest aggressor that they could see.
Fair.
So They need to make a performance roll. That is a success. It is not, however, lucky for you, the other thing.
Raise.
A raise. There we go. So the trait that you use for your shooting goes down by 1
What?
as they use lower traits. Lowers the selected skill a die type with a success, and you can automatically attempt to shake off the effect with a spirit roll as free action at the end of your turn.
Okay.
The remaining goblins are going to attempt to burn you. So I'll say there are
Well,
there are 4 of you. There are 4 goblins. So each of them are going to run up to you and attempt to slash at you with torches.
Did you say slash at us with torches?
Oh, swipe at you with torches.
Hmm. Puppy power.
So to hit Snax, what is your parry?
Five.
All right, that is a miss. They go swinging wildly at you, and you sort of duck out of the way. Against Aarrol, that is a 4 against your parry.
Total miss. Mine's 8 with my knife out.
God damn. Against Zaro is another 4.
Mine's normally a 2 quarter staff. It says parry +1, so I think they hit anyway.
Okay, yeah. So that is would be 2 damage. So I need you to make a vigor roll.
What's his toughness first?
Oh yeah, what's your toughness?
Just 5.
Yeah, so he'd just be shaking.
Okay. So it's
Okay.
just shaken and yeah, okay.
Is it
So
D6 or are you still rolling wild card?
So your damage is dependent on what you get. If it's under a certain number, okay, so
Well,
basically
am I rolling one 1d6 or 2? Is the am I using the wild card die?
hang on, let me
Yeah, you don't need to. Yeah, you don't need to make the
hang on.
vigor
It
roll.
says if an
Or-
attack's damage equals or exceeds, sorry folks, this is like only the second time we played this, equals or exceeds a target's toughness, use the difference. So because it didn't exceed your toughness, you're fine.
Oh,
So you are singed basically, but do not take any significant damage. You're not shaken. You don't have to roll anything.
gotcha.
And Banyen, that is a 4 against your parry.
yeah, that hits.
All right.
Need to teach you some fighting, Banyan.
I'm
I'm
supposed
gonna
to
take.
stay in the back.
I'm gonna take it. Your toughness is above a 2.
Yeah, it's like
That is more singed. As all of you smell the scent of singed fur.
There's a cat in here.
And I believe somebody got a queen, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's the second queen you got, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes,
What do you want to do?
queen.
Yes, queen.
Slay.
Slay.
The goblin that tried to attack the old man that I don't know where how close is he to me? Or they?
That goblin is dead. All of these are surrounding basically the cart full of fuel for the bonfire later tonight. And these ones basically, as soon as you guys were like, oh, we should take on these goblins, they saw you approaching and start just to swarm you. And they're all holding torches that they're trying to bash you with. There is one though that's sort of standing in the back who has this horn that apparently just cast a spell.
Where's Percy?
Would Percy be a coward or no?
I'm gonna flip a coin. Coward, no coward. He's a coward. God
Okay,
dang.
he as soon as the goblin showed up, he immediately jumped off your shoulder and scampered up a rain spout and is now hiding on top of one of the houses nearby, just watching, terrified.
Percy. Horn. You do it for a Scooby snack.
What are you asking him to do?
I want him to grab the horn that
Okay.
the goblin has. I'll distract him.
Okay. Yeah, I think he has his own action. So yeah, he can attempt to do that. Go ahead and you can roll for his I believe he has steel or thievery
his
or something like that.
agility- Yeah, he does have thievery. Yeah. All right, cool. Heck yeah. It's a D6. Good for him. He gets the wild dice. Or...
He does not get a wild dice, so it's just a D6 for him.
Come on, Percy. He got 3.
All right. Yeah, so he like sort of like is looking at you and looking at this guy and like and scampers along this building and jumps down onto a barrel nearby and then jumps on this goblin's back and tries to yank the horn, and the goblin immediately just holds onto it and like turns around and starts like shaking Percy off, and Percy lands on the ground on his back, and the goblin starts like trying to stomp around and step on Percy, and Percy just scampers out of the way to hide behind a barrel, hissing at him, and the goblin's hissing back.
Hey, that's my raccoon! I'm gonna can I throw a dagger at it?
Go for it, yeah.
Okay. It is what is it again?
D6 and whatever your athletics dice is.
Okay. 2d6. Oh, I got a 6.
All right, roll again.
And a 5, so that's an 11.
There you go. Yeah, that hits. So roll. That's a raise. So roll your damage twice.
Okay. $11.
All right. All right, yeah. You shank this goblin with this dagger and it sort of lands in its belly. It's and it's like screeching at the dagger and holding it. It's still up, but it is wounded and shaken.
Run, Percival!
Oh yeah, no, he takes off immediately, starts scampering up the side of a building and actually climbs into a window. And you hear screaming from inside. And a second later, Percy comes scampering back out and up the rain spout and up to the roof. I believe there was a 10 of spades.
That's fine.
All right, what do you want to do?
Well, let's see. I think is my gun reloaded? Probably not.
I'll say
But-
that, yeah, you guys had a round or two to talk and discuss what you wanted to do.
Okay. And that's related. There's someone like right next to me, isn't there?
Yeah, there's one that's trying to smack you with a lit torch.
Alrighty. Is it? It's a. Oh God, what's the terminology in Savage Worlds? Quick action? No. Can I just draw my other weapon, or do I? Is that like a?
Yeah, you can just draw your other weapon. That would be
Cool.
like a free action, effectively.
Okay, I got my hand axe. I'm gonna slap his shit with my hand axe.
All right.
Where's
So
my
that would
hand
be
axe?
fighting, or if you're throwing it, it would be athletics.
Oh no, not throwing. I'm just gonna strength. Oh, awesome. I got a 4.
All right. That does hit.
Okay.
Roll your damage.
3.
Okay. You slash at it, but the goblin is faster than you would like. You do like slash at part of the weird like stitched together armor that they have, but it doesn't seem like it does much to get through.
All right.
I believe there was a 10 of diamonds. Was that yours,
Mhm.
Kevin?
Yep. There's multiple goblins still.
There are, correct. There's one that just tried to shank you or tried to hit you with a lit torch.
And I'm attempting 2 attacks.
All right.
Attack number 1.
That's a hit.
Attack number 2.
That's a miss.
All right. Let me roll my damage for the one that did hit. Nope, wrong weapon. Come on, something good. Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Nice.
For those at home, he got a 16 on damage.
Yeah, I'm thinking that is quite dead.
Yeah.
Squish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
so you
what was its
immediately
parry?
not that high. It was 4.
Parry's 4, so that is 3 rises there.
Yeah, no, it's very dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you carve the first one up very succinctly, and then go on to the next one where who is the next one that you're targeting? There's one on each of your allies, as well as the war chanter in the back who had just tangled with a raccoon.
I think I'd go after the war chanter, but that's the one I missed with. So
Okay. And last but not least, I believe is Zaro, right?
Yeah. So
What do you want to do? There's
I can do multiple attacks, right? It's just a -2 to the initial rolls.
correct, yeah.
All right. I can do that with spells.
You would have to spend, I think you would have to cast each spell, like spend the power points separately,
yes.
but yeah, you can do that.
Okay. How many goblins with like torches are on people?
I think Aarrol killed one. Did anybody else kill theirs?
I killed 1.
I think so. I think the only there are 3. So 1 on you, 1 on Banyen, 1 on Snax, and then the war chanter.
Okay. I'm only gonna do 2.
Okay.
So let me go up and count those PowerPoints already.
Forgot to try and shake off that effect.
Oh, go ahead and roll for it now.
Okay. What do I roll for that?
And
It would be a spirit roll.
Okay.
it's -2, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So for the first one, so it's really only a -1 since I got a +1 as well. So that's only a 4.
You shake off the effect alt.
Ooh,
4 you said?
Yeah.
4 hits.
Okay.
Successful.
So one of them hits, and that one's a 6, 5. So it would be 10 to hit for that one.
That definitely hits, yeah.
So the two, the one in front of Banyen and one in front of Snax.
Okay. So your damage on the
so what I'm doing is I'm using elemental manipulation, and I'm going to use fire, and I'm essentially hurling a small blast, but I'm
Okay.
using the torches to just like try and hit the goblins in the face. Like the flame jumps from the torch to them.
Okay.
So it's just like as he's being attacked by his, he looks up and sees them, and it's just like, damn goblins, and just does like a couple of like waves of his hand and moves the flame from the torch into the goblins' faces.
Okay.
So for the first one, let's just say it's Banyan. It is only 3 fire damage because 2d4.
Okay.
Okay. 3 fire damage. And then the one in front of Snax will be 5 fire damage.
The one on Snax though, you got to raise, so you can double your damage for that.
Oh, okay.
Because you got 10 for that.
Okay. Just do another d4 then,
It would be
or another 2d4.
2d4.
Okay,
Is it
so
double?
for Snax,
Because should be, if he raised,
Is
it's
it-
extra d6.
Oh, sorry, it's an extra d6. Sorry.
Yeah.
just roll a d6.
Mhm.
Okay. Well. So that would be
So d6 plus 2d4.
7 fire damage on that.
Okay.
On them. But yeah, just a couple like hand movements that make the flames just jump.
So the first one catches fire and part of his clothes go up and he starts shrieking and trying to put it out and takes off running into the crowd where he starts setting like tablecloths and different things on fire.
Oops.
The other one though shrieks in horror and collapses to the ground. Top of the round.
Around to you. Redraw.
Recall.
Real quick, how do you shrink the icons in the bottom?
The gear in the corner, I believe.
Yeah, so
Oh.
over in the where the chat is, go to the gear video display. It'll say like name go to
There it
audio
is.
and video and do names only or small.
Okay, there it is. Knew it was somewhere in here. I don't remember that audio/video chat, but that's why. Okay, that's easier.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, what I get? Oh yeah,
Yeah. Queen of Diamonds.
King
Uh,
of Spades.
I got a Joker.
Oh. So I believe when a PC gets a Joker, all of you.
Batman appears.
That's not it.
A Joker action whenever they won in the round, even interrupting another's action. They also had a +2 to all traits and damage rolls this round. So you can go whenever you want. Reason get a +2 to it. Your rolls, basically.
Okay.
Little Joker, you.
In that case, I would like to go first. And split my action. This time I will use bolt for both of them. The one in
Okay.
front of me, and then the guy in front of me, the goblin, and then the the one up front, the leader or whatever.
Remember, you can spend a Benny to regain 5 power points.
Fun
Oh,
fact.
Okay.
When a player character draws a Joker during combat, all of the characters gain a Benny.
Oh, cool.
Ruby.
Okay. So let's go ahead and count those out. So I'm down to 5. And because of the Joker, I don't subtract anything, so it's still a +1. It's like normal rolls.
Mhm.
So that'd be that would be a 7 for the first one. That's on me.
That's a hit, yeah.
Okay. And that would be a 6 on the far one.
On the War Chanter,
Yeah, that one.
that is a hit, yeah.
Okay. And since I didn't state it before, it's just the 2d6. All right, so the first one takes, I rolled 4, so it's +2 because of the Joker.
Oh, yeah. Is that
Okay.
right, Kevin?
+2 on the damage, yeah.
Okay. So that'd be 6. And it's just enough force on the one in front of me, 6 force damage.
The one in front of you was not the one that
I was
you
no
you had not hit.
the one I had not hit in that one.
Okay, so he is shaken.
Okay. The one I hit with the one in front of Banyen was the one that ran off into town on a flame. And the Warcaster takes, oh, that's 6. So there's 2, there's 8. 8 plus 3 is 11, 12, 13.
Shit.
That one is an icicle
Okay.
for fun.
Just a reminder, when you do trappings, you have one that's your default, and when you want to change the element, it costs an extra power point.
Okay, well, that just then we just make it both force for right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since I didn't say it beforehand.
So it was how much damage?
8, 11 plus 2, so 13. 13 force damage. As the first one, he just kind of like steps back and another one.
Yeah, so he now
like,
has.
Yeah. And then with like his staff, he kind of like flings it overhand and like a little like trebuchet flings that force one.
He now has 2 wounds and is shaken. He is not doing well. He is currently shrieking in pain, like was like holding that dagger in, and then you hit him with the bolt. Now he's like shrieking and holding this. He's dropped that horn that he had.
Go back into the forest whence you came. Fucking gremlins.
Anything else you're doing?
Nope.
I believe somebody had a king, right?
It was me.
What do you want to do?
Oh.
So I believe there's one on Zaro and the Warcaster left. Is that right?
And the one that's run into town.
Yeah, and the one that is on fire that took off running into town.
That seems like a problem. I guess I'll shoot at the Warcaster. That
All
seems
right.
also like a problem.
He did cast a spell on you.
I did. I got a 4.
All right. And that one unfortunately does not hit. It seems like this guy is actually, hang on. Does shaken reduce your parry?
Actually, also hang on. Do these count as humanoids?
They do, yeah.
Also,
I get +2. So
unshaken, you'll if you're shaken every round, you can roll spirit as a free action to get the shaken away.
It has to be his turn though.
I thought he was just attacking. What?
Hmm?
I thought Banyen was shaken.
Oh no. The
Oh.
warcaster is shaking.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know, I get a reroll. That's what I get. So I could just reroll that.
Yeah, you do have another an extra Benny.
I mean that too, but because my favorite enemy is humanoid, I just get a free reroll if I fail to track or attack.
That's true.
So I will do that, which was worse. So hooray.
Okay, so shaking characters can only take free actions, such as moving.
Mhm.
So it doesn't make hitting them easier, but it does make it impossible for them to do anything. So did you reroll?
I did, and I did worse.
Rip.
Yo.
You good with that, or do you want to spend a Benny?
Fuck it, I'll spend a penny.
That's what they're there for. They go away at the end of the session.
Oh, they both blew up.
Oh!
21.
Fuck. Roll your
Hello,
damage and add an extra
hello,
D6.
Anson part 2.
Basically.
All right, so that's 11, 15, 20 damage.
How do you want to murder the fuck out of this warcaster?
You've got to be kidding me.
God
Ah.
damn it. Have a Benny.
I think it's probably less flair than I think Anson would do, but just kind of draws a bead on its head and lets it fly. It's very utilitarian with Banyen shooting.
So you can't do this many in one round, but just know that you would have dealt 4 fucking wounds with that shot.
Oh,
I think
nice.
3 is the most you can do.
Yeah, I think because 3 is like you're done.
Yeah. Yeah, so the warcaster is down. I believe Aarrol got a queen, right?
Yeah.
So the 2 remaining goblins that you see are the one on Zaro and the one that is on fire and screeching, running into town, setting things on fire as he goes.
I'm gonna attempt 2 shots with my bow.
Okay.
One at each of them.
All right.
Oh, that's a miss.
You want to spend a Benny or not?
Yeah, I'll spend a Benny. Even worse. And then my second shot. That
Do it
hit.
again. Spend another penny.
Okay, so the second shot hit at least.
Yep. Second shot did hit. So I'm shooting that's on the flamer.
All right.
Where the hell is my dad? Okay. And that was 6 damage.
All right. Oh yeah, and you got bonus damage because it exploded, or because it was a raise.
There's a raise. Oh yeah, I
got
forgot
an
to roll that
11,
extra. Yeah, hold on, I forgot to roll that extra d6.
It's included on roll 20.
1, 2.
You see, it's 6 on one side and then bonus damage on the other side.
Oh, cool! I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
That's
roll
weird.
20 is cool as shit.
Yeah, that's a bit weird, but okay, gotcha.
All right, so the one on Zaro, you do miss. But the one that had run shrieking into town does fall down, burning in the street, unmoving.
Oh, thank goodness that one can't do any more damage.
Um,
Oh, hello. Forgot you were there.
And I don't know who got the 7. Snax, what would you like to do?
How many are left?
There is one left, the one that had been attempting to set Zaro on fire.
You leave that poor old man alone. I don't know.
Poor.
I'm gonna attack it
Go for it.
with I'm gonna throw another dagger. I've lost 2 daggers at this point. I had 10. I now have 8. Let's go for 7. Here you go. They're both 4. That's a 4.
Okay, yeah, 4 hits.
Okay.
So roll your damage.
5 damage.
All right.
Do I have the drop on this guy?
I'm gonna say no because he
I didn't think
does
so.
know you're there.
Okay.
However, he was already shaken, and you would have dealt enough to shaken him again. And because he is what's called an extra, that means that he is out.
So extra.
And as he collapses to the ground, past him, you see Percival running towards you with the trumpet held high over his head excitedly, and the dead war chanter behind him smoldering. Because he dropped it when he died, and last thing you told Percival to do was to get the trumpet.
You're gonna see a drawing of this later.
Cool guys don't look at explosions, but the raccoon just
I'm like, yeah, way to go!
He gives it to you. It's dented and filthy and covered in soot.
It's beautiful, buddy. Thank you so much.
Around my elf eyes. Any more disturbances?
Looking down the street, you can see that towards the main gate,
sorry.
towards that north gate, you can hear more barking. And see what looks like this strange creature that at first looks like a dog, but it's misshapen and too big and the wrong color, and there is a goblin astride it, and it looks like it is chasing someone down the street.
Let's go get it, gang.
So let's see. You can hear the sounds of battle of the town guards clashing with other goblins in the street. It just looks like this particular one hasn't really been paid any attention as this individual comes running through alleyways, being chased by this mounted goblin commando.
Oh my god, he has no pants on.
The man that he's chasing is what looks like probably a nobleman wearing this fine blue coat with these 2 hunting dogs that are furiously barking and growling at this terrifying creature chasing them. And let's go ahead and deal some cards. No, don't deal from a deck with no more cards. That's shuffle.
Yeah, you gotta redraw them all though.
Call.
Shuffle.
Then shuffle.
Yeah, you also shuffle every time a joker is drawn.
Oh, okay, good to know. All right. Look at that.
No.
Oh, that's a jack,
Oh, I got
not
a
a
queen.
joker. Dang it. I was hoping.
I got a 9.
10 of diamond.
Queen of Hearts.
So, as you guys are approaching, what would Banyan like to do?
Shoot.
Reload my firearm.
What's your rate of fire? 1?
1.
Yeah, that means it takes a whole action to basically can shoot once around with it, unless you
Yep.
use multi-action to reload.
Yep. I'm gonna reload.
Okay. Could you use multi-action to reload and then
Yeah.
so you could
Yeah.
shoot with a -2?
Okay.
And are
I
you
got a 6.
shooting at the goblin or the hideous dog thing that it's riding?
The hideous dog thing that it's riding.
And I will say that Banyan would recognize this as a goblin dog. They are pretty gross. They're like flea-ridden,
No, it's goblin
dog-shaped,
ridden.
dog-shaped creatures that are like pink and red colored rather than regular dog shades. I'm gonna put art in the Discord. They're
Hooray.
awful.
I got a 6.
All right. You're shooting at who? The goblin or the dog?
The dog. Because I don't
Alright.
like it.
That's a hit.
Yay. Come on. Big money. That's not. I specifically asked for big money. I got a 9.
9 on damage is pretty big money.
I got a 21 last.
Valid. But still. All right. So, goblin dog's toughness.
Oh, there's a horse back there.
Yeah. Yeah, you shoot the dog and it yelps, lets out this gargled yelp and falls, and the goblin astride it sort of topples underneath of it. The goblin dog is dead.
Woo!
Who is next? I believe they got a jack. So the commando is going to he is going to take a shot at Banyan
Oh,
with his bow.
that's fair.
That exploded.
I don't like that.
That is a 9 to
Yeah,
hit
that's
Banyan.
that's a hit with a raise, I'm pretty sure.
What's your parry?
2.
Yeah.
That's 1 raise. I got a little chart here to read to help out.
I like how I know the system more than I know D&D, and I've played D&D for much longer.
Simpler
Frank
system.
sounds like crows.
Mhm.
I also listened to like a multiple year long play of
What's your
Deadlands.
toughness, Banyan?
8.
Oh, okay. So the damage was 7. So you were very lucky. He does hit, but it just sort of catches in your armor and doesn't really actually pierce through.
I have terrible
Um,
parry, but I am very tough.
Yeah, he curses angrily. And that's his turn. I believe Kevin, you were up next with a 10, right?
And it's just a one commando, right?
Yep.
Right, I'm just gonna go and give him one big old slash with my mighty star knife.
Star knife?
Star knife. What the hell is my fighting? Let me take away that.
At this point, you can see that nobleman is sort of cowering behind one of the walls
9.
of the broken door that leads into town.
I think that
A
might be
9
a
to hit?
raise. Yeah.
Shit, yeah, go for it.
Is that a raise?
It is not, unfortunately.
I never get raises. Just like in real life.
Oof.
I'm gonna spend my Benny to reroll that damage.
Go for it.
Yeah.
There
That's
you
better.
go. That's more like it.
Yeah, 10.
All right. So
Run up and just do like the jumping slash with the star knife.
all right, that is
Dick.
there's one wound to him.
Oh, he's tough.
He is tough. Oh, and shaken.
Mhm.
Anything else you're doing?
Nope, that's it. I need to clear the one action.
Who got the 9?
I did.
Zara, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna cast bolt. I'm going to modify it. So instead of 2d6, it's going to be 3 or 4 with a raise. But that's going to cost 2 more power points, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that'd be a total of 3. So that's how I leave. Yeah, but I need to hit. So that is right. The d6 plus the d10. Let's see, that one exploded. So that would be a 8 to hit.
That hits.
Right, and it is 3d6. Just do these one at a time. 2. Damn it, 1.
Remember, you can spend a Benny to reroll your damage.
I'm gonna do that. So back to just re-roll the dice in general.
And you just reroll them all.
Okay, that's already better. 5, 4, 2. So that would be 6, 11 force damage.
Shit.
As he takes his quarterstaff or whatever and kind of like aims it like Banyen and kind of mimics just he goes like pew.
That
As
is another wound, yeah. And last
Good
but not
shot.
least, Snax. What would you like to do?
Anybody left?
This one rather tough goblin that's threatening this nobleman is still left.
Make a snacks out of him.
It's taken some shots. It's not doing great.
I'm gonna use a 4 dagger.
Oh, okay.
That's a. Why do I keep rolling the same number? That's a 3.
If you have any bennies left, you can spend them to reroll.
I haven't used a single Benny. I will.
Go for it.
That's
Spend
a
them
6.
frequently. There you go. Reroll that shit if you got max.
8.
All right, so that is a hit. It's not a raise, but it's a hit at least. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. 2.
You could spend a Benny to reroll damage.
Okay.
I'm just saying you want to spend them often because you don't get to keep them until next session.
8.
There you go. That's more like it. All right. All right. That is one more wound. How would you like to do this?
Woo!
Like, I take my dagger and I'm like, another dagger, whatever, and I throw it at the goblin, and I want to hit him right in the neck.
Okay. Yeah, he immediately falls. And the one dog immediately is sort of like hunched down in front of his master, snarling. The other one immediately runs up and starts like tearing and shaking this goblin apart and biting at it. At this point, you can see that the majority of the goblins that you can see are currently either being chased out of town or being dispatched by the guards. This nobleman that you saved sort of comes out from behind the barrel. Thank you so much. I don't know what I would have done without the group of you. And like reaches forward to try and shake your hand, Snax. Thank you so much. My name is Aldern Foxglove. I don't know what I would have done without the group of you.
I'm Snax. This is Percy. I don't really know these people.
Did you say Foxglove?
Percy, like as you say this is Percy, he had been like sniffing at the goblin dog and then immediately scampers away from it because it like did one of those death twitches and he like immediately runs up your leg and climbs onto your shoulder. I did say Foxglove. Yes, I did.
Like the poison.
Interesting.
Yes. Much like that. Old family name. Come, let me buy you a drink. I'm staying at the Rusty Dragon. I've heard that her meals there are to die for.
Okay. I mean, you're been. Mama said never go, turn your nose to a free meal.
I slowly kind of bend down, like holding my quarterstaff to pluck the knife, the dagger out of the goblin at my feet. Kind of
I will say
hold it by the blade and like kind of like,
I believe this is yours.
Oh, thank you. I should probably go around and see what I can scrounge up.
I will say if you would
I'm
like
sure your
to,
raccoon
you
can assist.
you can go around to the ones that you've thrown and retrieve your all of your daggers.
Yes, back to 10.
Yeah, not like some superhero who has arrows who shoots them and just doesn't seem to ever retrieve them.
And I will say, as you guys make your way through
Downtown.
town collecting daggers, the sheriff Baylor Hemlock does stop the group of you. I noticed the group of you fighting alongside all of us, and I just wanted to thank you for your efforts today. You definitely helped quite a bit.
For sure.
Just doing our part.
Not a problem.
It's our town too, or at least mine. I mean, I live over there. Got a studio.
And I'll say that you guys can make your way back to the Rusty Dragon and finally introduce yourselves to each other if you would like.
So, nice doing battle with all of you. Name is
Hey.
Aarrol Lei. Did you notice that we just met two people in a row whose last name is a poison?
Yeah, it's kind of odd, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really weird. I mean, I'm sure it's just a coincidence, but that is a weird coincidence. But yeah, just been in
Who's
town
the
for a while.
Who was the first one?
Foxglove,
No, this okay. Who's the second one?
Hemlock.
not-
Sheriff Baylor Hemlock.
Yeah.
Okay.
The sheriff is.
My studies were
shit.
not in plants.
Oh, sheriff's a nice enough guy though. I don't think we got to worry about him.
Both seem upright people. Yeah. But yeah, I'm the one of the local bars who entertains at different inns and town stuff. Got a little apartment in one of the buildings to rent out. Don't worry, make a ton of money because musicians. Yeah, this was exciting. I'm gonna like make a really elaborate and like over exaggerated ballad about this. Yeah, instead of goblins, it's gonna be like ogres or giants invading.
Bards.
Yeah, probably gonna do like, I can't really do a self insert because then people just think I'm just exaggerating for myself. So I'm going to just put like some random person called Randy in there. Yeah, but it's going to be me in all but name, Yeah.
As you guys as you guys are settling down for a meal, Amiko walks over and you can see that she's disheveled. Her armor is a little bloodied and tattered, and she does have a weapon on her that looks like it's seen some use. Brings over a plate of food. So I heard you guys participated in the fight as well. If I heard that the good Mr. Foxglove here is paying for your meal tonight, but if you guys are interested in staying in more comfortable lodgings for the next couple of nights, you're welcome to some of the rooms that we have here.
Do I still have my room here?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, you don't worry about paying for the next couple of nights. We've got it. You guys certainly helped quite a bit.
Oh, I mean, I can still pay. Well, you know what? Actually, yeah, thanks.
Never turn up a free room.
She like
Oh,
leans over.
Looks
She
at
leans
lack
over
of
to
money.
Yeah, she leans over to Aarrol. I'm also broke.
Another good reason.
Very
And
generous idea. I do have a residence here though, so
Wait, you've been staying
I
here
would
too?
I live here the last several decades.
Oh, you mean you have a house?
Yeah, I think I've
Yes.
seen him
Okay.
around. You hang out with Kink.
Oh yeah, I think I have seen you.
Kink nailed it.
Yes.
Yeah, part of the old man brigade.
Mhm.
I mean, granted, you're all far younger than I am, but you humans
I mean,
age weird.
That's fair. To be fair, I guess I spend most of my time with Vesnot and Vashti, so
And how about you? As I look at the raccoon.
He's like taken the trumpet from Snax and is just like banging it on the table.
Yeah, that's how you play that.
I go by Snax. This is Percy, first of all.
You went to buy snacks when we're here at a restaurant.
No, I am Snax.
Oh.
Also,
Wait, you are Snacks?
I
Like-
am Snax. My
You got snacks in your pocket?
I don't. I have snacks for Percy. I pull out a few carrots from earlier.
Yeah.
But my name is Snax.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
pleasure to make your acquaintance, Zaro.
Banyen.
Aarrol Lei.
Okay, it's gonna make me laugh forever, Kevin.
Yeah. That's 100%. That was the reason. That's why you did it.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Everybody enjoy the food. I'm not very hungry. But
And there's plenty for all.
It's free.
Oh yeah.
If it's something you
That's
don't
good.
like, you can order something else because I know not everyone's up
Oh,
for
yeah.
smoked
yeah.
whatever this is.
As you say that, you see Aldern come back down from his room. It looks like he spruced up a bit, wiped some of the blood and mud off, and cleaned up a little bit. Oh, no. I'm sure Miko would be happy to make anything that you're willing to, anything that you want, anything you want. I've got it. I'll cover it.
I whisper what I would like in her ear.
Yeah, you can go over to the up to the she's back in the kitchen at this point probably.
Okay.
And you can go up and have a quick conversation with her.
She seems very curious that she doesn't want she's about what she eats. So I'm guessing she's not a vegan. Because they let you
Are
know
any of us?
immediately if they are a vegan.
Worse than
I like-
goblins, actually.
Yeah.
And
no surprise to anyone, I like fish.
it's up to Snax
Ah.
if she would like to share what her meal is or not. But all of you, after turning away the tide of goblins and rescuing a handful of townsfolk, you guys have earned some rest and receive your first advance.
Already?
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh damn.
I'm gonna level up my shooting even more.
And unless there's anything you guys want to close on, we will end it there for our first session.
I think I take my food up to my room.
Okay.
Hey Zara, you hang out with the old guys, yeah?
Yes, we're friends.
Did they have any? Well, I got this map, and it's a little old, a little beat up, but it's supposed to go to some treasure. And I'm wondering if maybe you and them might know anything about the nettlebrush. Or
Nettlewood.
Nettlewood, yeah.
Yes, I can bring it over to
Oh, great.
bring it over. We can go. I can bring you, introduce you.
That
So
would be
say.
fantastic. Yeah. You know, I've been in town for a couple months now, but I don't know everyone, obviously. So that'd be great.
Yes, I can introduce you, and we can check that out.
Perfect.
You guys can tell easily that Aldern is very disappointed that Snax takes her meal to her room. But if you want, Zaro, you can roll a it would be common knowledge to see what you know of the Nettlewood.
All right. 2d6s. 4.
Oh, okay. So you know that it is one of the woodlands along the Lost Coast, between here and Sandpoint or in Winsong Abbey. It's this just absolutely tangled mess of a forest filled with brambles and thorns and briars. Most people avoid it, partially because of that, but mostly because it is very, very common with goblin tribes. And they tend to have these weird little nests that can go through the undergrowth that is very easy for them to navigate and much harder for bigger folk.
Well, firstly, Nettlewood is quite the trail. That is not traveled often, mostly for the reasons of it being infested with goblins. Lots and lots. So
Yeah, that's what Nisbet's saying too. So that makes sense, doesn't it?
I mean, nothing's impossible.
I mean, I grew up in the jungle, so.
Oh, really? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which jungle? I'm just curious.
Oh, it's pretty far to the south here. I'll look at the name.
I have to remember too.
Yeah.
So I will say that as you guys engage in conversation, and Aldern is absolutely fascinated to hear more about where you're from, Banyen, and all of you, in fact. We will close out. So this was a blast. I had a ton of fun. I'm gonna say, because I don't know exactly when we're gonna go up, when this one's gonna go up, we're not gonna do plugs this time. Just because life events, there may be a short hiatus between now and next session.
Potentially.
So stay tuned. I'm excited for next session to see what the heroes of Sandpoint get up to next time. And we'll see you all then. Bye.
Bye.